Kyrie, how much fun did you guys have out there tonight, and how were you able to pull that one out?
I think it was fun once the game ended. It was so many high emotions going out there, and I mean, being down 17 in a closeout game isn't a position you want to be in, but that's where we found ourselves. So we had to respond the way we've been responding all season, just playing hard-nosed basketball on the defensive end and getting out in transition and just trusting that our pace will get us back in the game. So definitely feels good to get the series done, and now we can reflect on and see how we improved as players and as a team and as coaching staff and as organization. So I'm appreciative of it.
What can you say about PJ? He was scoreless through the first three quarters, and then 9 points there in the fourth.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered to PJ too much. I think he was just waiting for his moment, and he's played well majority of the series. So we had some confidence in him that eventually he would make some big time shots, and grateful that he knocked them down. Man, that's just pure confidence and belief.
This question is for both of you. You guys have been down before in the Clippers series, and now tonight. Just what makes this group so resilient that you're able to come back and overcome a large deficit?
I think we just stay together. We always talk on the bench, staying together, positive energy, and today was a pure example of it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's good. Good answer.
Question for Kyrie. End of the game, you finish up your ESPN interview. You give your shoes to the fan. I think you got your dart and you're walking off. All the fans are surrounding you, phones out, cheering you on. I'm just curious, how special are those moments to you in your career?
I mean, just that whole walk-off, hugging my family and then going and hugging some more of my family in the locker room, everybody cheering for each other. And I had to make an impromptu speech, and I was doing my best not to let some tears come down from my eyes because it feels like it's been a long time coming, just being back in this position, getting back to the, finals or the conference finals. It was just a long way back, and I look back at parts of my career where I took it for granted, just getting to the conference finals, for 3 years straight, and then not getting back for a little bit, to weigh on you as a competitor. So I'm grateful that I had these guys beside me and kept feeding me confidence and, kept doing the little things for one another. And I think that's what, made the celebration feel that much better. So when I get a chance to hug on my family after the game, and you just realize that it is just a game. It means a lot to us. We all love it, and that's the connector. But once the buzzer goes off, then we're back to regular life, and we can still celebrate the things that we're accomplishing.
For either or both of you guys, but you guys have been talking about Derrick Lively, all season, how impressed you are with him. Has he ever stopped impressing you, especially on a night like tonight?
No, it was amazing. I see here plus 25, 26. In a playoff game, it's insane, man. He's doing this while being a rookie. He has an unbelievable potential. I'm just glad the Mavs drafted him. Very happy. No. Duke.
In the series win as well. Every other day or so, you're tweeting out, tribes stay together no matter what. And that's a message that resonates even outside of basketball. What would you say to those young kids that are trying to find their tribe and, how to do that importantly?
I would say, when I tweet those things, it's not just for, basketball fandom or just my family at home or family internationally. I think it's just for humanity in general. And I know how big this platform is. I know I don't say this arrogantly, but I know how big my presence is alongside my teammates whenever we go out and represent our respective countries, our ethnicities, our nationalities, our cultures. We're bigger than basketball players here. We understand that. But when we go out and compete, whether we win or lose, people take those emotions home with them. And so I just try my best to send out a peaceful tweet to let everybody know, just don't panic, stay poised, and we'll get back on the winning track. And when I say winning track as well, applied to basketball, I'm really applying to life. Just stay together, keep seeking the truth, and keep God first. That's always been the mentality. So I love to share that, especially through a tough series like this, where everybody's wondering, what are these tweets coming from? What are they about? And some people are going to dissect them, but it's really just about the young kids at home understanding that they have older generational leader that's looking out for them and letting them know, hey, this is bigger than the game itself. Just stay together, stay poised, and keep enjoying life, man. The game goes on.
Luka, if you got that mic fixed.
The long answer.
Could you the rebounding was awesome, and generally speaking, but in particular the offensive rebound PJ got, and I think he kicked it out to you. Just talk about hitting the 27 second chance points and all. There's the huge rebound.
I mean, 27 is amazing. It means our passion and our energy was at the high level. Everybody was concentrated. We said at the halftime, we're not going back to OKC, so that's what we did. We stayed together, as I always say, and playing with energy. That rebound, the PJ guy, I remember. And then I draw and he hit the three. It was a huge moment in the game. It was a momentum change, and it was very, very huge at the end of the game.
Luka, you obviously shot the ball well these last couple games, but for a lot of the series, it was a struggle for you to get in your normal kind of groove. What's it mean to you for you guys to be able to win a series, when it was a struggle for much of it for you?
I mean, we won the series. That's what it matters in the end. We won 4-2, being not home. We didn't have home advantage, which is great. And I mean, it's great that we won. But just struggle is gonna come. You gotta stay positive and keep hooping. You can impact the game other ways, not just by shooting poor or good.
And Kyrie, what was the gist of your impromptu speech post game? What was the gist of? You said you made an impromptu speech in the locker room. What was the gist?
I'm sure it'll be on social media or something like that, man. So I don't think there's any more privacy to it. But my teammates know. Just again, I was trying to hold back the emotions just because of how hard and tough this series was, and I think we really got to appreciate each other's talents and skill sets, and most importantly, our will. Got a lot of guys that love to compete. A lot of guys that want to see each other do well and are willing to sacrifice and do the little things in order to get wins. So I think we're continuing to prove that. Obviously, the job's not finished, but feels good to be in the conference finals, to be, the last four remaining teams, right? Eventually, just you don't want to take those moments for granted because no guarantee that you get back. So,
Luka, there's not many guys left over here. There's not many guys left on the roster that was with you the last time you made this stage. They go out last year and get Kyrie. Then the front office recognizes they've got two all-star guards in their primes, and they go out and throw 2 first-round picks to really just fortify this group. How much has it meant to you to see this organization continue to add pieces to really support someone like yourself?
Big time. You can see this group has been together for like 5 months. Like I say, we're capable of more and more, I think. But just a big time trades, big time adjustment, and keep bringing them. I mean, whatever. I'm tired, man.
So this is a question for both of y'all, Luka, Kyrie. Y'all saw the doubters that were saying that y'all wouldn't work. Kyrie, a couple months ago, you talked about the D grade that ESPN gave y'all. Could y'all talk about just... Yeah, they gave him a D rating for the trade from the Nets. So could y'all...
Hey, man.
Yeah, I wanted to ask y'all how...
Starting to All-Star game to be the
How does it feel
player.
to prove the doubters wrong?
I don't think we care. We enjoy playing with each other. We enjoy playing with this team, so we don't really care what other people have to say.
Along those same lines, Luka, as a brother and as a teammate, what does Kyrie mean to you? Kyrie, as a teammate and a brother, what does Luka mean to you?
We're getting emotional now.
Like, we don't talk about it.
Go
ahead, man.
Yeah, because you get the long speeches. Big time, man. When he came, nothing but supportive of everything I did, everything we did. But just it helped me mature a lot. Realize to see the game in a different way, and obviously in the court it's amazing to play with a guy like him. Like I said, just go out there, enjoy. And the leader he's been for us, not just for me, but for us, he's been amazing. Always positive energy.
Yeah, I just think this guy next to me has pushed me to continue to work on my game and continue to develop as a young leader. And I think the big word that we both can agree on is just maturity. Coming into Dallas, I was dealing with a lot mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and they embraced me with open arms. I don't have a perfect journey, so coming into this environment, I was unsure of how we were going to work out on the court, but off the court, I knew eventually that I would get him to open up. This guy's a big teddy bear at times off the court, big competitor. Okay, I'll say a teddy bear that likes to compete. You know, he's still ducking me in dominoes, but, you know, I think at times, you know, I just have to sit back and marvel at his talent and his ability to get outside his comfort zone. And, you know, I enjoy watching him be a father. I enjoy watching him, you know, develop as a person first, and then the basketball stuff will take care of it. We all know how skilled he is. We all know his numbers and stuff like that. But I want to be a teammate and a brother next to him that helps him grow as a man and helps him achieve the things that he wants to achieve. And I know he feels the same way. So the mission is still the same for us. And when we step on that court, we enjoy competing with each other. And the times that you guys don't get to see is the times we get to compete against each other on the court in practice, which we just laugh and joke and we work out together. And, you know, we know that this dream of ours started when we were a kid. So to connect like this on this level, I'm 32, you know, he's a young 25, 26, you know.
24.
So he's still growing.
No, 25.
He's 25, 26, 27.
20.
The beard makes him older, so. But no, he's just a good kid, man. Good human being, good young man.
Luka, I wonder if there's anything that you could have maybe taken from the 2022 run, because when you guys reached the conference finals, it had been the first time for the franchise in 11 years. It seemed like there was a sense of happy to be here. Do you think there's anything that maybe you can take from, and that is a bigger stage, from playing in that conference finals that you can use this time around?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we played the Warriors, I remember. That was tough. That was a tough run. I think we could have won the game 2 there. We kind of got out of our way. You know, we kind of relaxed. But it was tough playing against the Warriors, always on the move. But always say think in the present, you know. Don't think in the past. So today is about today's game. And tomorrow we'll think about conference finals when we know who we play. But today, I think we should all enjoy it. Because this was, I would say, a really hard series.
Good.
Kyrie, I know you talked a little bit to Tim about, you know, your place and your generation, how you're one of the last stars left in the playoffs. For Luka to now be in 2 conference finals in 3 years.
I'm old.
What does it say about his place in this generation, this new generation?
Luka?
Yeah.
I mean, I talked about it, just this younger generation and, you know, how they have no fear. You know, they don't see the OG superstars as guys that they look up to as much anymore. They want to kill our records. They want to they want to kill us every time they get on the court. And that was the first thing I noticed about Luka is that he just had no fear going against the best of the world, and he always walks around like he's the best player in the world. And I think that's the confidence of a champion. That's where it starts. And you know, we want to continue to. Hey, it's okay, Elo. You know, we just want to continue to give each other that confidence, and you know, as we watch them grow, just give them that grace. You know, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to fail at the biggest stage. He's done that already, making it to Western Conference Finals, and now he has a veteran next to him, a few veterans next to him. It's a different run. I think that team in 2022, I have a lot of respect for that team. They were happy to be there, but I think he knows our approach is job's not finished, and we got to get back to work after we get rest, and we got to get back on that court. You know, continue to condition ourselves mentally and physically and just get prepared. So we know the goal that we have at hand. We don't have to overspeak it, but we know how to put it into existence, and that's just putting in the work.
Yes, right here for both of you. Can you give me one word to describe what this comeback was? And can you also just talk about Jason Kidd's ability in coaching that helped you win this series?
Amazing.
Yeah, I would say domination. Yeah. And then with Coach Kidd, yeah, he makes our jobs a lot easier. We look over to him during some crucial times, tough times throughout the game, and he just has that point guard's mentality where he just wants us to stay poised and continue to make the right decisions, but also stay aggressive. You don't really see him, you know, getting mad at the shots that Luka takes or the shots that I take. He just wants us to continue to push the basketball, get into our offense, and get back on defense and do the right things. We've built an identity on being honest with each other as well. So I got to give credit to that guy. He shows a lot of love. He keeps us positive, and he's a straight shooter.
What does it feel like going to the conference finals after a game like that?
It's good. It's my first time to the Western Conference Final. I mean, I've been to the Eastern Conference Finals, but, you know, in the West, it's stacked over here. You know, you got to go out there and give it everything you got every night. So, I mean, it's a big accomplishment, but, you know, job's not finished. We gotta keep going. Got 8 more wins until we get what we want.
You had huge shots and throughout the second half. You know, what are you feeling? You know, where was the sense of, you know, you guys, I assume, you know, always kept that sense of belief despite the halftime deficit and other deficits you dealt with?
I mean, I take all the. I took 13 shots. It's the same shots that I've taken all season. I mean, like I said, I work on my game and I trust my game. My teammates trust me. So, I mean, they just put me in situations where I can get a shot off or create for others. My bad.
Big congratulations on the win tonight. So you all haven't been together for too long, the core about 5 months or so. What do you think that's really brought you all together? And when you came, did you think that the Western Conference Finals could be an expectation?
Yeah. I mean, it's the team that we had in the beginning of the year. We were still special. I felt like we could have did a lot of things. I mean, we just made a pivot during the trade deadline, and we got PJ and Gav, and it helped our team tremendously on defense. And I feel like that was the one thing that we was lapsing on was the defensive end. And I mean, offensively, we got Kai and Luka, so I mean, y'all try to guard them, and if y'all leave us open, we gonna knock down shots. So, man, I just love the team that we got, and we just love fighting together.
Congrats on the win. The other Derrick Lively, how great is it to see him? You know, everything he's been through to just impact the team so positively. Have a great, you know, big Game 6. What does that mean?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I know little bro going through a lot, and you know we all there for him, and it's just, I mean, he makes it a lot easier for us because he comes to work and he comes in here with a smile on his face, and I mean he shows that he's not bothered, but we know, and I mean we all are there for him, and we talk to him all the time, and I mean that's my little homie. I mean even though he's a lot taller than me, that's my little bro. But I mean I go to bat for D-Live any day.
What was that like on the boards there, Derrick? Because you guys beat him by 16 overall. How big was that battle?
Is that the rebound?
Yeah.
I mean it's big because that was one thing that we wasn't boxing out a lot. They was getting a lot of offensive rebounds throughout the games, and I mean I just feel like today is just. It's a little different. We just put a body on them, made sure we turned around and hit somebody before we went to go to the glass, and I mean, it showed.
Also, I know you have a good answer for this. Who do you rather play, Denver or Minnesota?
I really don't care. I go out there and lace my shoes up to play whoever's in front of me.
Derrick, first of all, congratulations. At the beginning of the season, you said you feel like you haven't gotten the recognition that you deserve, and this year was going to be the year that you get that recognition. Do you feel like you finally got the recognition that you deserve?
A little bit. I mean, they still leaving me open, so I guess not.
And then you said also you've reached this point before. You reached the conference finals before. What makes this conference finals appearance for you different than the other one?
For me, I'm playing. I'm playing a lot of minutes. I feel like back then I was playing probably like 15, 18 minutes a game, and I don't think I've seen a game under 25 in this playoffs. So for me, it's just I'm playing a lot more. My teammates trust me a lot more. The coaching staff trust me a lot more. So I just go out there and put the work that I put in behind the scenes. And I just go out there and put it out there.
So, Derrick, in the last 2 series, you've guarded elite guards, James Harden, Gilgeous-Alexander, you name it. You've been tackling the toughest defensive assignment. Could you talk about the mindset that goes into that and how exciting it is that you're going to get to do that again in the conference finals against either Minnesota or Denver?
For me, like I said, I love playing defense. I mean, I love going out there trying to make somebody else's night a little tougher. And that's just it, really. I mean, I just love playing defense.
Yeah, and then some of your teammates and even coach talked about just the chemistry, how great it is. They've mentioned a bunch of off-the-court activities that y'all have done. What kind of bonding activities have y'all done over the second half of the season?
Man, we go over each other's houses. We chill, kick back, eat food. Man, it's pretty much what normal friends do. We go bowling, go out, just chill, go to movies. We just normal human beings just going out there having fun with each other, and we just enjoy spending time with each other.
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Can you just put into words what this hard-fought series just meant to you and to the team?
Yeah, first, Oklahoma City is an incredible team from top to bottom. Great coach, great players. It was not an easy series, but for us, it was a really good series in the sense of staying together. I thought the trust was tested throughout this series. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, all 6 games. But I thought the maturity and trust for the group was high. And different guys stepped up at different points in the series. Also, in tonight's game, wasn't Luka or Kai making the game winner. It was the trust of Luka. The ball touches the paint, they collapse. He trusted PJ. PJ gets fouled. He steps up and makes the free throws, and we find a way to win. But it's, for the coaching staff, they did an incredible job of getting these guys ready to play. And the players trusted the game plan and executed the game plan, and we found a way to win the series.
Jason, you guys were down 16 at the half. It seemed like they had everything going their way. What was your halftime speech like?
Yeah, well, we talked about just the turnovers. That was the first part. The second part was just the trust in that we had to play faster. We were not playing fast enough. Even if they score, we needed to take the ball out and not look around and walk the ball up. And I thought to start the third, I thought D. Jones got us off to a great start. And then we worked the game, understanding that we were going to, get those 16 points in 2 shots. I thought the group stayed together, trusted each other, and worked the game and got it down to 7 there at the end of the third. And now it's anybody's ball game. And again, our zone created some missed shots and some turnovers, and then we capitalized on the other end. But halftime, it's kind of a cool thing because we just kind of talk, and I thought the group responded again, being down 16, and we knew what we had to do, and we did that to start the third, and we did that for pretty much the whole second half.
PJ, he was scoreless for 3 quarters and just came up with some big points there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, PJ was well rested. We had to talk about the foul and the hacking out there, but he picked up 2 quick fouls, and so he was rested. But what the beauty of PJ being around him for this short period of time is that his character is like no other. You would have thought he had 30 points tonight. He just plays. He never complains. He's guarding the best player on the other side. There's very few plays ran for him. He just does his job at a high level, and we're very fortunate to have him. But yes, he didn't have any points going there, and then he knocked down some big shots and then made the free throws. And the biggest play, and it won't go as the biggest play, but to miss the free throw in the proper way without, sometimes we say miss the free throw and we'll just hit the backboard and they get the setup. We didn't want them to set up. They had no timeouts. And so we've learned, not to run away from the ball, but to press the ball, to make the ball go back, and because we've lost the game that way. So a lot of things that we've learned along the way, we were able to execute their late game.
Jason, big question, I guess, but what do you think it says about the franchise's culture that this is your second Western Conference Finals trip in 3 years with 2 very different teams knocking off number 1 seeds both years?
Yeah, I mean, we got to build a culture. It was, there's no shots at Rick. Rick did the best he could with the roster that he had. But since we've been here, we go the first year, our defense was incredible, and then our offense, joined the party. We got to learn what it meant to win, and last year was a building year. Every year is not going to be a championship year. It just doesn't happen in sports that way. But I thought Nico did an incredible job this summer, and also since he's been here, putting the pieces together that fit. And then sometimes you just got to give people time, and sometimes we don't. We just rush to the point that we suck or we can't do something, right? Unfortunately, a lot of you are wrong, but that's cool. And we'll see as we go forward. But our goal is to win a championship, and that's what we're trying to do. But sometimes you guys don't see that, and it's all right. You got to do your job because we really don't care. And that's the beauty of our culture, is that we're not affected by what's written negatively. We just go out there and play for each other, and that's what's going to win a championship. And hopefully at the end of time here, we can hold another trophy. I've had that opportunity to do that here. It's incredible, but it is hard. It's the hardest thing to do in professional sports, is to win a championship, because there's only one. No one gets a second place trophy or third place. So our culture is what you see. There's the trust, there's the enjoyment, there's fun. It was kind of cool to see the Oklahoma City fans thought we were shooting half-court shots only because we won. But since we've been here for 3 years, that's what we've done. So we got to make sure when we do right stuff that we get the right things out, the correct things, or we correct the people who are wrong. But I love this culture. This is a great challenge as a coach. I got great guys that I trust and believe in, win or lose. And that's the beauty of the Mavs right now. Yeah.
Lively played 30 minutes today, 12 points, 15 boards. Just how impressive has he been this playoff, and just how difficult can it be for rookie big men when they get to the playoffs for the first time?
Yeah, that's a great point. We just talked about that in the back. There's quite a few guys who have not been in the playoffs, and they've now made it to the Western Conference Finals, and D-Live is one of those. I don't think we took him out in the second half once he entered the game. I thought he did an incredible job of imitating Moses Malone. He grabbed all the rebounds. He gave us second or third opportunities. He competed, and what I love about him is his voice. He's one that's going to talk. He's blocking three-point shots. He is executing the game plan, and he's got to be fun to play with as a teammate, because he's fun to coach. And so just the experience of not just D-Live, but Gaff, D. Jones, PJ, those guys who don't have a lot of playoff experience, you could see that that didn't bother them in this round. And you got to go through it. You got to fail to understand how to be successful in this league. And so I thought D-Live has played incredible. It's easy to say he should start, but he's playing his role for us, and that's coming off the bench and giving us energy and changing shots and finishing in the paint. But I thought he did a great job of stepping up to the free throw line too.
Jason, Luka has now been to the Western Conference Finals twice with very different rosters. As you covered, and with Brad's question, there's culture and team and a lot that goes into that. But what does it say about Luka, as somebody who, is a face, the face, one of the faces of his generation?
Yeah, it's incredible that he's been there 2 out of the 3 years. Again, his talent's like no other. He's one of the best players in the world. But sometimes we lose sight that it's not just built or one guy can get you there. You need a team. And, right now he's got a team that he believes in. Again, another play, there's a lot of plays. But for him to pass it, he could easily taken a tough or bad shot. But he trusted that PJ was open. He made the right play and ended up with the free throws. Luka could have easily done his step back and shot over the two guys, make or miss. We would have said that's a good shot. But again, just what he's going through physically, he's given everything. I don't think we took him out in the second half, and nor did he complain. But he's playing the game the right way, and he's playing at a high level.
Jason, do you remember where you were when you first got a call or a heads up that Kyrie was a possibility to add here? And then flashing forward to this past trade deadline, Nico's been credited for specifically wanting PJ, but what do you recall about the group wanting to go out and target him?
Which one, Kai or PJ?
Both.
Oh, both. I can't remember Kai. I can't remember PJ. I just know that we were getting them, so that was great. My brain is fried right now. Kai in the trade, yeah. When we were making the trade for Kai, it was we need pieces, we need talent, we need guys that can go with Luka, who can fit, what Luka can, what Luka needed. Unfortunately, it wasn't fast enough, but it's pretty cool now, and so it's something that Luka needed. It's something that the Mavs needed. We haven't had a small like that. We've had Dirk, a guy who can get his own shot, who can score. We've had Luka, but now to have Kai, on one side and Luka on another, it's tough to double team because now you're letting Kai play one-on-one or you're rotating to Kai and he has the advantage. And so it was big getting Kai, and then his calming influence with the team. He's never in a hurry. He's never, he's always calm. He's always positive on the bench. And so that's what getting Kai, I thought it was a great thing to do. We still believe that's the right thing to do. And then PJ and Gaff, we were in New York, and so I was actually at a play with the team. We went to a play, and so when we got word that we were making a trade, I left the play to talk with Luka and Nico, and Nico did his thing and got those two guys at the trade deadline. Damn, shit, I don't know. It was a good play for the first 30 seconds.
Two more questions. Jason, to go a little further with Kyrie, the other night he said this was the most difficult series he's ever been a part of. And I saw you have a conversation with him there in the third quarter, midway through. What can you share about what you told him? Just because it seems like things kind of took off from that point. And why do you think this was the hardest series Kyrie's ever been in?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mike. When he actually said that to me, when he said that this is the hardest thing that I've ever gone through. So I said, "Is it?" Well, you did win a championship, so it was easy. So I said, "It's cool, Actually, this will be a great story to be able to tell your kids how hard it really is to win." And so nothing comes easy in life. And so I just told him that just put this up there with some of the hardest things that you're going to have to grind through, and that we got to find a way to help us win this game. And he did. Yes, he's probably exhausted. Yes, he's probably felt like he could have made a couple shots, but he did his part to help the team win on the defensive end, and also accepted the double teams. So when you look at his series, yes, he didn't have the offensive explosion, but the glue, he was the glue in this series. He kept everybody together. He kept everybody positive. Yes, it was the hardest thing, but it only gets harder. And that's what makes it fun for the great ones.
Jason Newey here. Can you speak to the magnitude of knocking off a number one seed, and then the fact that you made all the deals that you made, having people come together and having it all result right here in a trip to the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah. I think there's really no pressure on us. We were the fifth seed, so for us to be able to knock off the Clippers first, and then to take on the number one seed, the pressure's on them, no matter how young they are. The pressure, they had to win this series because of what they've gone through during the season. To get the number one seed could go to waste, but the experience is good for them, and they'll get better from that. But for us, it's just a matter of just taking one game at a time, executing the game plan, and finding and believing that you can win. And that's what that locker room and around the Mavs employees, everyone believes that we can win. This is a great group. They hang out, they tease each other. We have fun. It's positive, but to knock off the number one, it's not a lot of people had us doing that, and that's cool. I mean, the next series too. No, there's going to be everyone has their opinion, but we won't be favorite in that next series. But we got to find a way to win on the road, and we truly believe that we can do that.